then the kiss there in the night. Heart and soul. Paradise Road. All right, welcome back, everybody, to Gunslingers right here on
the Gunslinger Syndicated Radio Network.
I pulled a couple of songs tonight from American Graffiti soundtracks, and that's one of them.
This will be a fun night.
In honor of the Mustang?
And, you know, a couple of people are saying I'm a little more animated than normal. Let me explain something. Okay, remember I came back from the SHOT Show with the SHOT Show flu?
Mm-hmm. Yes.
And I'm over it. Everything's fine, except I've had this just nagging sinus infection thing, and my right ear has been plugged, like literally like if you took a cigarette butt and stuck it in your ear. I can't hear out of my right ear. So on Tuesday they started me on prednisone.
Prednisone is a steroid.
It's a steroid, and guess what that has been doing to me all week
Making
long.
you cray-cray.
Getting you amped.
I've been doing this a lot, and you know, I'm watching TV, and it's like, oh, I really wanted to see the show. I turned it on. 30 seconds into it, I'm already on the guide. So
that was great.
Yeah, sorry if I'm a little hyper, folks. That's why.
That's a prednisone talking.
Oh man, I can't sleep at night. I'm just
that stuff.
Yeah, it's been.
Is it helping?
My ear. We went to Big Bear today because
beautiful pictures, by the way. Nice view.
Thanks. Yeah, we went up to the cabin for a little bit, and I posted a couple of pictures on my Facebook thing in the
Gunslinger.
Yeah, the Gunslinger Radio one also.
Yeah.
But we had to go up there and meet a plumber because there was some plumbing issues and stuff, and it popped. And so I can hear out of my right ear for the first time since late January.
Wow.
So that's kind of a nice day for me.
Welcome back to the world.
Yeah, and then on the way home, I get the news on the 390 motor, tranny, and rear end. So yeah, it's been a pretty good day for me all the way around.
No wonder
just
everyone's
better
shining tonight.
Right? So, okay, let's... Shut up. let's get to Mark in Woodland Hills. Mark, thanks for waiting so long. What can we do for you?
Evening.
Hey, it's always a better show when the Three Musketeers of the Second Amendment are in attendance.
The boys are back in town.
Thank you.
I'd like your feedback on what it means for us, the listening public, the consequences of the Seventh Circuit Court ruling on standard magazines in California, whether it's constitutional or not, and of course the dropping of the bill, Assembly Bill 1333.
Well, the
You
dropping
win some, you lose some, right?
Yeah, kind of, sort of. You know, and we haven't lost on the magazine ban. It's just a
Long game.
Yeah, and unfortunately, like Rick was saying, we fast-tracked it, so somewhere between 6 and 8 months from now, you know, hopefully they will accept it, and then we'll have to wait a couple of other months, you know, to... It just is what it is. I mean, you know, you play the court game. It's the long game, and you know, they used to win all the time, but it's not happening.
And they're not
anymore.
winning all the time.
Yeah, so now they're losing, and they're pissed, and they're trying to fight back, and they're throwing all the spaghetti against the wall to see what sticks.
And as Rick said, this is you lost in against a hand-picked jury.
Yeah, 7-4, and then of course that one judge went on and made a 15-minute video. That's pretty.
That's
damning.
compelling stuff.
You know, I mean that's really kind of calling out the 7.
Yep. So
one thing I found interesting, gentlemen, is that now that Governor Newsom,
that's Pat Riley Jr. to you.
he wants to remake his image.
oh boy,
You know, let's rethink governing.
Yeah.
are you watching that?
I think maybe this will back him off a little bit on signing on some bills here.
Well, apparently he's been watching the show because he's doing my dance move.
He sees the tidal wave coming in, and he's trying to brace himself. But I think that everyone has kind of seen the mask fall, and have woken up to.
Is anybody buying the act?
Well, I think he was pretty enough to change a lot of people in their heads where you can trust me. Come on, guys.
Yeah.
And
All that other stuff I did for the 8 years I was governor, I was just kidding. Now I want to be president.
Oh, man.
I think the only thing I can say that was good about him is that he had Steve Bannon on and Charlie Kirk. I mean, that took a lot of guts because he knew he was going to get reamed.
First episode was with Charlie, and he knew he had to brace himself for that.
And
Well, thank you, gentlemen. God bless you guys. You're doing great work.
thank you, sir. Talk to you
Spot
later.
on.
Always great talking to you.
Okay, yeah. Well, we were talking about this at the break. It just absolutely blows my mind how anybody could be upset with Elon Musk and Doge. Here's a man who's gone out of his way, who doesn't need any of this.
He's one of the richest men in the world, if not the richest, right?
I mean, he could literally like buy Pluto and just go there.
And he actually could get there.
Yes, and he could actually get himself.
Anybody want to rescue?
And oddly enough, he could get himself back if he wanted to.
Yes.
The guy did rescue for all the hate that's being spread at this guy.
Yeah.
This is the guy that got the astronauts that NASA hasn't been able to do anything about for 9 months.
Yeah, and a year ago, he was the hero because he made the green car, and he made the car that everybody wanted. And now think about this. You're a left guy, you know, you're I don't want to say leftist, but, you know, you're a leaning left person. You go out and you buy this car. Right. And now the left is calling you an enemy and trying to hurt you and your car.
It just shows the abundant hypocrisy of the left. That's all it does. It's exposing them more so every day because everything good that's happening, they have to hate it. And it's going to show how evil and how dark they can get.
Yeah.
You got to have an awfully short memory. Because you were going to save the environment, and now we want to beat up on the guy that was saving the environment. And the innocent people, all of whom will have been left leaning, who bought those cars, and you can't wait to go out and kick in their doors and break their windows and spray Nazi
and burn
symbols
them down.
Yeah,
how good is that for the environment?
And these are your fellow lefties, guys. Maybe that's why so many people are leaving the left.
Hypocrisy, as you said.
Okay. But anyway, welcome to Gunslingers, where we
don't talk about politics. It's fun with guns.
Yeah, fun with firearms. That's what we do.
I had some fun with guns the other week. We had a pretty busy show last week, but I was over at the Rahagi's for the gunfight behind the Jersey Lily.
Yeah.
You were there, took a picture of us out there, but what a wonderful time. If someone is out there in our audience that hasn't been to a SAS shoot or any kind of cowboy action shoot, we always reiterate that the people are the number one reason you go because this whole community just embraced me with open arms, had the best time.
Well, you had the cowboy hat and that mustache. Come on. You greased the skids a little bit
there,
Jimmy.
They did tell me that I had the perfect mustache for it, and I was dressed accordingly. So that felt good. But Captain Rick was out there, Rick Shigio. Just everyone out there was so pleasant. And if anyone knows anyone that was in any of the pictures, go ahead and tag yourself in there. They had the awards I stayed for, and Cowboy and Cowgirl of the Year were there. So.
And to add to that, if anybody out in the Phoenix area, and I'm sure you know who I'm talking about, is listening to this, remember this phrase: you go for the shooting, but you stay for the people.
Absolutely.
Maybe they could do a little bit more with that. You know, when End of Trail was the World Championship. When it was here, it was a week-long party. Oh, yeah, and some shooting.
And there was shooting attached to it, but it was you went for the party.
You went for your party, so you could see your friends from Georgia that you only get to see once a year, or you get to see, you know, like I said last time, Badass Bob from England. Here's a guy who comes out, gets in the top 10 every year with guns that he only gets to shoot one time a year because he has to leave them in California because he can't have them in England. And I got 100 of these stories. The folks from the Czech Republic.
The folks from the Czech Republic came out, did well in the main match and the Wild Bunch match. A German won the Top Gun shoot-off in the end. This is a worldwide sport.
Well, he's not just a German; he's a 7'4" German. He sidelines basketball, or that's his side hustle. You know, he shoots. You know, anyway. So yeah, they need to kind of work on that and bring that part back, I think, because that's really what brought so many more people out.
That's what brought me in. The shooting was interesting, but man, you come out, you get welcomed. I went to my first match. Again, you were there, the first match I ever went to, and honestly crafted such an environment that said, oh, I'm so coming back for this.
Yeah.
I'm so coming back for this.
And that's what it really just dropped the seed in me because these people, like I said, open arms, wanted me to get out there, really embrace it. Told me I could probably get a couple good sponsors that are sitting around me. So
might know a person or two. Might be able to find you a 6
yeah.
or two.
So you know what? And just to be there and enjoy the presence and the atmosphere of it all. And we're at a modern range and all, but you sit back and you're in a different time and you're talking with people, you're seeing people dressed and acting accordingly, and everyone's got this presence about them where you're just like, yeah, I like being here. I like being around this, and I I needed to come back.
But it's like walking into 1880s Montana on top of everything else, right? It really is a departure. You really are in your own place.
My favorite description was always going to end a trail in the old days was like going to the original Renaissance fair, but of cowboys.
Yeah.
That's such a good and an accurate description.
Yeah.
If I may, I had a meeting today with Unlikely Yank.
Oh, okay.
And we were talking, and Scarlet Rain. We were talking about the upcoming California State Championship match, which is going to be held right up the road from you at the Route 66 shooting range. And we were talking about what we can do to recreate the environment of the old and a trail. Get people involved, not just shooting, but to get people involved and bring back some of the fun outside of just the shooting. Shooting take care of itself.
Yeah, exactly, which is what I said. It was a week-long party. Oh, yeah, and there was some shooting, too.
Spot on.
Yeah,
spot on.
It was just how it was all the time. I haven't had an actual real vacation since 2004. That was the last year there. I closed for the whole week because I was there for the whole week. I mean, from 6 a.m. till I just couldn't take it no more. And then I had to go home. So that's how it was back then. And I'd sure like to see some of that at least come back. I don't think because so many people are gone, no longer with us.
No question about that. But there are new people who are of good heart and good spirit, and people like Jimmy.
No, because people can bitch and moan about the stages all they want, but they never gripe about the camaraderie there.
That's a good line.
No one ever makes a fuss about what a good time they had actually being around everyone. And that's a plus that I can get everyone around. Women, children, didn't matter your age at all. They were all there, and we had a great time.
Well, and if anybody else is listening, I've got one more word. Advertise.
Yeah.
Please.
You got to.
Get the word out there. You're sitting on like the best kept secret.
Yeah.
Why?
I don't know. But I hear a spy. That's a little Doors humor. All right, you're listening to Gunslingers right here on
the Gunslinger Syndicated Radio
and
Network.
When we get back, we'll get off our soapbox and we'll get to your phone calls. Jimmy, what's the number?
866-870-5752. Once again, that's 866-870-5752.
We'll be right back.